White House officials now confirming the text of a letter that the president sent on October the 9th to President Erdogan of Turkey. This is a fiery letter from the President of the United States addressed to the President of Turkey saying, let's work out a good deal. You don't want to be responsible for slaughtering thousands of people, and I don't want to be responsible for destroying the Turkish economy. And I will. The letter concludes with this paragraph. History will look upon you favorably if you get this done the right and humane way. It will look upon you forever as the devil if good things don't happen. Don't be a tough guy. Don't be a fool. I will call you later. Sincerely, Donald Trump. So that's the letter from the president on October 9th. Now remember the timeline on this, Wilfred. That is about 3 days after the initial Sunday afternoon call between the President of the United States and the President of Turkey, after which the U.S. issued notice that it was prepared to watch the Turkish forces move into action in Syria. So that is the tone of the president's communications. Officials here are saying that is word for word what the president said. We've also just seen, Wilfred, Republicans and Democrats emerging from a meeting here at the White House in the West Wing with the President of the United States. The Democrats, Nancy Pelosi included, say that that meeting was a meltdown by the President of the United States. Republicans emerging from the same meeting, Wilfred, saying that the Democrats simply walked out of the meeting. That was unproductive and bad leadership, Wilfred. So hard feelings all the way around here today at the White House.
Well, absolutely. And Eamon, that letter, certainly surprising the content in it to many. As you said, the timeline, fascinating. October the 9th, given that was clearly meant to be as severe a worded threat as the president could deliver. It hasn't deterred President Erdogan since then. In fact, President Erdogan this morning, in comments to Sky News, making clear that he doesn't want to engage with the vice president.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big questions around all of this, Wilfred, is what did President Trump say to President Erdogan on that Sunday phone call in which Erdogan apparently believed he had the go-ahead, or at least some wiggle room, to move forward with this invasion. And the United States sent out a notice saying that the Turks are going to begin this operation now afterwards. Clearly, the United States was aware the Turks were going to begin some kind of operation. But what was the miscommunication, if any? Or did President Trump sign on to something and then have second thoughts and then on October 9th send that sternly worded letter? I just asked Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader in the House of Representatives, ultimately, if the president says, as he did today, that the situation in Turkey right now is strategically brilliant for the United States, then why does the United States have to put on the sanctions that the president announced on Monday? And what McCarthy said in response to that was, well, look at the letter. Look at this letter that the president sent. He sent a very sternly worded letter, but not really explaining that juxtaposition here of a president who's saying that the situation as it stands now is strategically brilliant for the United States, and yet we also need to put in place sanctions against the Turks for what they've done here.